in tonight, which was interesting. We had Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho go down to the ring to do a weigh-in, and that's when hell broke loose. You had the Inner Circle join Chris Jericho, of course, and Moxley couldn't keep his hands off Jericho and ends up either headbutting him and actually connecting with Jericho. I mean, it split him wide open. You could see where the split was. It was right above his eyebrow. Kind of
It
close.
wasn't a Cody Rhodes bleed
That
either.
was not no scripted blood. That was Moxley actually connected with the headbutt and busted him wide open. Then you get the fight between back and forth between the Inner Circle. Then you get Dustin coming down to try to make the save. Then it eventually ends up having Darby come down to try to make the save. You got Jericho and Moxley going at it at the end of the night. And that was a pretty hot way to end your go-home show with the two guys that will be main eventing Revolution beating the shit out of each other. And one of them has blood running down their face. What did you think of the end of AEW Dynamite tonight, Dave?
You know, going into that, I was like, what is the fucking point of this stupid weigh-in? It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. We had Gary Mike Capetta out there announcing, which you don't know who he is, I'm guessing, but yeah, I knew who he was. And, just all this stuff like, oh, you weigh 230 pounds. Yeah, that's a heavyweight. And then waiting for Jericho, and then it finally broke through. Then it got really good because I was really dreading this. I'm like, what's the fucking point? And then the headbutt, and everyone's fighting, get chaos everywhere. Don't hit the dipping dots. I mean, everything just went crazy. So, really, the only thing missing in this brawl really was MJF and Cody.
Yeah, that was probably the only thing that was missing tonight in that brawl that we got at the end of the night. But they had a little, video package for them as well during AEW Dynamite tonight. Yeah. So that was pretty good as well. But yeah, I actually enjoyed it. The weigh-in was like weird, I guess, but it was something different. And then what we did get out of it at the end was the brawl. And I guess the headbutt that split Jericho just made it a little bit more, added more to it. But
yeah,
it was a good way to end the show tonight. You have Jericho ends up taking out Moxley at the end. I think he dropped him on the weight scale, right? I believe. So I thought it was good. I thought it was a really good show tonight, top to bottom, a pretty solid show. Oh yeah, that's right. Cody can't touch him. That's true. That is very good point there, Bob Ruski. I forgot about that little rule.
Yeah, but just to see him out there would be nice.
Everyone turned over for Charlotte versus Bianca, I bet, says Ian Dunn. No, we'll find out tomorrow night.
Don't spoil it, because I want to see the match. So.
Yes, please, no spoilers.
Did
Jericho blade the cut? No, it was legit. You could tell when he headbutted him, and I think it was Jericho kind of like on the top rope. You could see the split. He's going to be having stitches put in, definitely, for sure. That was a legit split on the forehead right there. Definitely curious to see if that has anything to do with his maybe losing the match come Saturday night.
Yeah, do you think anyone turned the channel when they seen it's going to be a weigh-in for their main event?
Not seeing who it is, I don't think it would. And I think fans pretty much knew that the weigh-in wasn't going to go as a regular weigh-in. We were going to see what we got tonight. What heel out there right now, short of MJF, is unanimously hated? Real boos, not we are tired of you boos, at least in AEW or WWE and NXT. I think Pac.
Oh, if it's WWE, then what's to say what's not real hate? Randy Orton is probably the most hated person right now.
That's true.
If you want to go WWE, I mean, NXT, I don't know if there's really a hated heel in NXT. Really, everyone just hates.
Britt Baker, yeah, you can put Britt Baker out there as well. Maybe for a lot different reasons, but you can use Britt Baker. That is true. I bet you they got the idea for the weigh-in from the Fury fight, weigh-in, not allowing them to go face-to-face because of what happened tonight. But Bob Ruski also points out that they have done the weigh-ins before, that they did it at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I think they did it on Twitch, though, where everyone weighed in, and they had some kind of face-off on a Twitch or something like that, I believe, or a press conference. But yeah, I think he's right though. They did do some kind of, but to do it on TV, why not just announce it to be a contract signing when you know they're gonna
Well, see,
brawl?
Red Sox fan says, "What the fuck you want, Dave? A contract signing and a table
Exactly.
spot for the millionth time?"
Yeah, why not? I mean, we would have. I didn't care, or just say it's gonna be a face-off and just do that. Because do we really supposed to believe? Oh, sorry, Jericho, you're overweight. You can't defend the title. You're stripped of the title. I mean, what are they gonna do that? Well,
No,
Moxley,
you're just doing it just to do it. I don't think it's like that. I don't think if they didn't hit a certain weight spot that
I
they were
know
gonna.
that's why it doesn't make any sense to do a weigh-in.
Eh, to each their
I mean,
own.
in boxing, if you would have been over or under, you would have to take a penalty, I think.
They did it. They did it for All In. Says Red Sox fans. Charlotte haters still tune in because it's NXT, just like fans watching XFL because Vince is behind it. What the fuck says Megan Dunn? I agree with Salty Dave, says Beef Stew. Cody most likely wearing that mask again on Saturday, saying Red
Uh-oh.
Sox fan. Oh, the
Gonna go
blood?
heel.
It doesn't make sense to sign a fake contract either, though. Weigh-in is fine, says Regulator 34.
Yeah, but the fake weigh-in doesn't mean it means less than the contract. At least the contract means something. You're signing a contract. That at least means something. I know we know it's not really the contract. We get it. Or just say it's going to be a face-off. You don't got to say it's a weigh-in. It's like, what the hell, a weigh-in?
All right. It doesn't. Let's see. Did I get everything in the chat? I think I did. Let me scroll up.
Now, it would have made more sense if they did this at the Double or Nothing show because that's in Vegas, and that's where they did the Sherry weigh-in, and all that stuff. That would have made more sense. But yeah.
Oh yeah, Beef Suit said this is the first weigh-in I've seen for a wrestling match. I've only seen contract signings. What did Chris Mack say? Chris Mack, I think, was talking about the blood. I mentioned that one. Yeah, all right. Got all the comments. But Jericho Cody had layers, said Bobarooski. David, something new. Calm your salty ass down, says Red Sox fan.
Not new though.
In wrestling, it is.
Well, you guys just said they did it before.
Yeah, but
why are you gonna do it for a TV?
that's their way that they're doing their contract signings. That's their way of being different from the other
So
companies.
how come when they did the Cody and Jericho, they did a contract signing then?
I don't know. Good point.
When they broke Dustin's hand, supposedly.
Steven says, yeah, I agree. Absolutely no point to do a weigh-in. WWE about to have a weigh-in between Strowman and Fury. Just you wait, says Ian Dunn.
Oh, you know what's going to happen in like 2 weeks? Turning to NXT, we're going to have a 60-minute Iron Man match.
It's new to dim, says Red Sox fan. They did it for All In and All Out. That's the only...
Yeah, do it for your big pay-per-views on, like, make it something special where you can tune into YouTube to see it fine, but not on your show.
Well, these pay-per-views to them is...
Yeah,
big.
do it on, like, a pre-show, like, Friday night or something. Like, do it, like, on YouTube or on Twitch. Don't make it part of, like, your show. To me, that would make more sense to do it. If you're going to just have a face-off, have them end up fighting, just have a face-off and end up fighting.
Fury not going to WWE. I mean, he may not be going to WWE, but to say he won't have another match with the WWE is kind of dumb, as you would say, Red Sox fan, because money talks, and even if he's just sitting in the corner not doing shit, I could see that happening. But this is not here or there.